Welcome back to The Road. Spanning half the realm of Daunting, The Road is a dwarven mega project ordered by the Plank of Love. It may be an insane plan, but who are we to question the will of dwarven nobles? This is the realm of Daunting, in all of its glory. I pieced together a high-resolution map from the Embark screen, and this is what it looks like. So you can see we started off over here. This is Camp 1 extending north. And we're just going to start heading east to bypass the hills. So I actually counted the Embark tiles, and it looks like we're definitely biting off a lot to chew. Because of this, I've actually divided the road up into 4 portions to make it seem a little less daunting and just to give us a little more flexibility with where the road goes. So, we'll be going from the Mountainhome all the way to the sea. That's step 1. That is 218 Embark tiles. Next, we'll be going from the sea north to the Woodland here. That is 253 Embark tiles. Then, from the Woodland to the Northern Forest, another 237 Embark tiles. Then from the Northern Forest to the Island of Heroes, 141 Embark tiles. You can kind of get to see the scale here, so it truly is a mega project. Adding those up, those Embark tiles, that's 849 tiles. If we multiply that by the 48, it should be in the 40,000 range. That's enough numbers for now. Let's continue. Now, back to the road. Here, under a small hill, is the beginning of our second camp, the Camp of Soil. This new camp is different from our first dance torches. We're making sure to carve out a bit more headroom, so it's actually 2 levels deep, and we'll be setting up everything we need right away, ideally. The main idea that the first 7 dwarves have is to set up some sort of space for agriculture, animal keeping, and general farming. It's looking like this will be the first farming fort of the road. Ryzen, our expedition leader, will initially fulfill most roles around the fort. Also, we have promoted Ral, our hunter, to militia commander. Ral's going to be taking care of the dwarven watch of Camp 2. With all of that taken care of, we can start making this camp safe and comfortable. Like most forts, we're going to get started with getting everything inside. We have these stockpiles set up just to temporarily get everything in, and we really want to get everything inside as fast as possible because it's still raining dwarf blood. But maybe some actual rain too, which is promising. Early on, we're going to have to set up a mechanic workshop, so we'll get that going here, because we're going to need mechanisms pretty soon for defense. We'll also need some additional spaces for future workshops. These are probably where our food and drink production is going to go. And, Ryzen is getting very impatient about having an office. We better get that going right away for him. We just need to mine out these slopes and start adding furniture. Don't worry, we're going to have an office for you soon enough. Thank you for holding tight. Yeah, up on the surface, the sun is blinding. The rain is constant. The dwarven blood rain is constant. So we will not be spending much time outdoors yet. There's going to be plenty of outdoor time later building the road, so for now, let's relax inside. Here's our first supply caravan. This one is from the Seal of Neutralizing. We don't have a trade depot yet, so we'll have to get that built now. There we go. We've decided to put it 1 level below the surface and 1 level above our fort. This gives us some control with who enters and exits camp. Also, it's a good idea to start adding a few beds in the dormitory, and we also have that office set up finally. We'll be sure to add some doors soon, but that can wait. And back to defense. Our idea for defense is to do a little more than we did in Dance Torches, where you may recall we just had a lot of traps set up. Instead, here in the Camp of Soil, we're going to add a bridge here and another bridge here. This will keep us safe under the surface and hopefully keep out any blood during rainstorms. We also have our first migrants arriving. That brings our camp size up to a population of 13. We have a doctor, some woodcutters, a gem cutter, and a few others. Come on in. Welcome to the Camp of Soil. Well, it seems like a good time to start mining down. First, we'll mine down to add some storage space, but we can also expand that into our actual mine. Right away, we found some coal deposits. Let's get all that we can, and we'll use that for smithing in the future, no doubt. Speaking of mining, we also added a guild to make sure that our dwarves are learning how to craft stone blocks for the road. These guilds are really good for teaching dwarf skills, so we're going to make sure we have that set up. It might not be the most exciting work, but to entice the dwarves, we've also added tables, chairs, food, and booze. It really feels like a flawless plan to get some dwarves in the door. Checking back downstairs, whoa, we really already have a lot of gems cut and ready to go. While we look for more gem deposits, we're gonna mine out a large hall to start a quarry. The idea of a quarry is that we can just mine down layer by layer with slopes or ramps so that we can easily get in and out and get all of the mudstone, all of that building material that we need for the road. So work is really ramping up, and we haven't had any accidents yet, but we've appointed a doctor just in case, just in case. We don't need a hospital yet, but we'll deal with it when we need one. I'm sure that's fine. Inside the office here, we've also added a stockpile for storing all of our blocks for the road. This is going to be nice to have the blocks really close to the entrance, get things up and down very easily, so that will be great. And then it's going to help us building the road east very soon. Just outside the fort, we do have some roads started, and it's been decided that building a little farm off to the left of the road here is a really nice idea. We really don't know if the ground's going to be good for farming, but we can experiment with what works and what doesn't and just try something. Finally, we have that quarry started. You can see how it's going to work, and we also have so much space to expand here if need be. Another thing that we need, and we didn't build soon enough in our last camp, was a well. We're just going to drain this small pond down into another tank like last time in Dance Torches. It's pretty small, but it's better than nothing, like at Camp 1, where we had nothing. We can look for a better source of water later, if there's time. Now that we have the well all taken care of, we're also getting this wooden platform in. This platform is going to be great for our workshops. I think we're going to add, a farming workstation. What else? A butcher, a tanner, just to welcome people to our farming community. Finally, we can add road all the way up to the camp now, so we're going to get started on that as well. So, we went a little wild and started making a ditch to collect water for the farm. We also added millstones, windmills, and a few screw pumps to bring water up to the surface from this reservoir we made. We're definitely spending way too much dwarf power on these side projects, and the plank of love is not gonna, turn a blind eye forever. So it's time to get some progress on the road. Ooh, more migrants, perfect. That's perfect timing. We can maybe keep our side projects and build the road now, right? We're already at a population of 34, so that's really good. I also think this might be a good time to mention that I'm thinking we need a system to keep track of these dwarves. So ideally, each time we move camps, we're going to be getting dwarves from earlier camps as well. So we could have a nickname system, but I'm wondering if it might be cool to have custom profession names. Well, I know nicknames carry over from fort to fort, but I don't know about custom professions. If anyone knows, please let me know the answer. So with that migrant wave came also an official request for a farmers guild. That's really so great for the Camp of Soil. We're also very close to finishing up our barn for our livestock. So we just need to finish the roof now, and I guess we can get started on that farmers guild really soon. Before we do, just south of the barn, you can actually see that we've had our plans for water pumping go not very well. We may manage to pump some water up, but our engineering skills are better suited to building roads, bridges, guild halls. The idea is that the sandy ground will be better for farming after a good soaking, but honestly, we just don't know if that's true. The best way to find out, I guess, is to pump some water up here, so that's what we're gonna do. Anyway, we've had these monkeys hopping around, and finally we caught one who was trying to sneak into the fort. Even though these little guys are so annoying, we're growing attached to this one. We haven't named him or anything, but we decided to tie him up here by the farm just to show all the others that, don't mess with us. We'll tie you up on a post. We'll do it. Oh man, and we also have a Fey mood happening. This is the first for the Camp of Soil, so let's see how it goes. Oh, okay, coal crown. Nothing too special, but it's going to look great in our guild hall probably, and, add to the values for the farmers to brag about to other farmers. Oh man, we can't catch a break to go build our guild hall. The human caravan has arrived. Oh my god, what are you doing? No! Oh man. Those assholes. So they killed our little pet. We're gonna have to go cool off before we do any trading. These humans are super rude and violent. So we're gonna take some deep breaths and go decorate the new Farmers Guild. Okay, that's looking nice. A few tables, chairs, statues, and of course we can add that crown from earlier onto a pedestal very soon. While we're here, we're also going to add our clothing production area off to the right. Our outfits are looking pretty worn out, so some fresh clothing would be nice. We don't want a bunch of stinky dwarves. It's not a good way to present farmers to the world or dwarves to the world, let alone dwarves of the plank of love. We want to look our best. I know I'm feeling a little bit less angry after building the guild hall, so I guess I'm willing to trade with these humans. The humans really don't have anything to offer this time. These human traders are kind of jerks. Oh well. We can at least try out the pump now that it's facing the right way. Let's try out this pump. Yeah, it looks to be gathering water in the first wall-off area, so we can just try adding a pump above that now to pump it out onto the field. We can try pumping out some more water. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be going too bad, actually. Let's try some more. Oh, geez, that was too much. Quick, turn off the pumps! Well, we just have to wait and see if this water does anything for the farming plots now. It does seem like we just wasted a lot of drinking water, though, so let's see. Our farmers seem really happy with the progress they have made here in the Camp of Soil. The Farmers Guild Hall is established with fine decoration, food, and drink. We have the pumps running, so that's been interesting. And I guess it's time to get back to our main project. Like I said earlier, the plank of love isn't gonna turn a blind eye to all these side projects forever. So, it's time to start building to the east. First, we're gonna clear all these trees from our potential path of the road, and we're gonna add some foundations for ramps leading down the hillside towards the far end of camp. This is gonna make the road look much better and probably last longer than, ramps built right up against the sandy banks. So right away after we got started on the road, There's a dwarf named Saxzul here who's been taken by a fey mood. He grabbed a clothing workshop, but he doesn't seem to have what he needs to make his masterpiece. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens, I guess. In the meantime, we're gonna try to get some silk for this poor dwarf. Yeah, we've locked him in there for now. It's probably best for everyone that he's locked in. Dwarves and fey moods can definitely go mad when they're kept from finishing their creations, so let's just do the safest thing, and we'll do what we can for Zaxel. Oh wow, that's super lucky. We found a cavern right here, not very far down at all. Yeah, we may have started to gather some webs, but it really is just too late. Zaxel has given into the darkness. We've stationed the watch just outside of the workshop to escort him out, just in case he decides to choose violence. Thankfully, he doesn't choose violence and we can let him be. The poor guy. A little more road is going into place now, as well as our ramps. We're just going to have to do some more earthworks here, changing the landscape a little bit, but it's looking good. It also seems like a good spot to build a depot to store our blocks in right about here. I think we're all pretty tired of seeing animals and thieves stealing our hard work, so we're going to be keeping the blocks in a somewhat safer area from now on. At least, adding a few doors is probably a good idea. As the autumn leaves fall, we finish another section of road. It's always a great sight. The leaves falling and finishing some road. It's beautiful. Now, with 49 dwarves, the road building process is going to be going along quite quickly. 48 dwarves. Zaxzul actually was found dead in the temple. He just stayed there praying and fasting until he passed away from hunger. Yeah, and it seems a little dark, but the dwarves have decided to leave his body in the temple and, pray with their past friend. Zaxzul wasn't much of a road builder himself, so we're going to bury him in the stone beneath the fort here. Rest in peace, Master Dwarf. With the first signs of winter, we continue building more road towards the last banks, descending into the valley. And it may be time for a second depot here, actually. We're going to add another one, just to, help move things along. And that way any unused blocks from the last depot will keep moving east with us. With these ramps going in, we're just about done the road, passing through the camp of soil. It really comes along quickly in the end. This hillside camp has become so much more. The farmers here have transformed what was supposed to be a simple place into a home for many dwarves. We will wish them well as they build a life and industry here. And for the rest of us, we'll have to prepare for the next camp, and the one after that, and the one after that, until we reach the coast. Thank you everyone, especially those in the comment section leaving all the great ideas. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, let me know what you think about my questions about the naming conventions for the dwarves, and if the nicknames or the special profession names get carried over fort to fort. I don't know. And let me know what you think about having some sort of map somewhere for all of us to contribute or look at about the realm of Daunting and the Plank of Love. So, with that, I'll see you all on the road. The long plank of love.